everyone. It's Miss Cheryl
and Miss Diane
and Miss Nicole.
Welcome to week 2 of Backyard Safari. This week's Take and Create is our bunny tail painting. And this is what your project is going to look like finished. Okay? Each kit is going to come with a board, which you'll have to decide what color you want as a background. It's going to come white, but we're going to give you white paint for your actual bunny. So you might want to change it to brown, black. Miss Nicole did hers a really cute green. We did ours. It's called a raw umber. It's like a brown. So you can choose any color you want. So if whatever color of pom-pom you decide to make, that is the color that you can do as your background also. So you're going to get the pattern, which says hi, and then you'll get a piece of jute for hanging, and you'll have to supply a stapler so you can attach the jute, and you'll get a paintbrush. Okay? And when you're done with this project, you'll want to probably spray seal it with some sort of clear acrylic sealer. And then you'll need a craft glue or a hot glue gun to attach your pom-pom. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with tracing our pattern onto our boards. So Miss Nicole's going to show you. We actually have transfer paper. And when you use transfer paper, you're going to want to use the shiny side down. And then when you line your board up with your pattern, you're going to want to make sure your one line goes along the edge so that your foot and ears will not overlap. So what you'll do is you'll just line it up, hold that end, line it up, and start from there. So then you'll have the perfect area. And if you don't have transfer paper, you will, if you take your pencil and slide it all along on your pattern, you can then turn that on to your board, and you just run your pencil, or I always use the back end of our paintbrush, and then that way your pattern's reusable. And you're just going to trace over all over the outline, and this makes a terrible scratching noise. For some reason, this wood paintbrush, it's like nails on a chalkboard. And then you're just going to go all along your pattern. It's a real simple and easy pattern. Oh. And if you don't want to put the word hi, you don't have to use the word hi. You can do the words welcome or however you want. But if you look, you can see the pattern, and all I did was rub over it with my pencil. Okay, so that's what we'll do first. And if you decide to, whatever color of your background, you can do real fun colors like pinks and blues, and, be adventuresome. So Miss Diane got hers already traced.
Yep.
So she's ready to paint.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get her started. All she's going to do is go through and paint her rabbit white. You can paint it solid, or you can leave it like on my example. I left it opaque so that you can see through it in areas. So that all that did was do like a shading. Or you can even use another different color of paint to give it shading. Like you can go in, you can make pink for in his ears or her ears, or you can do gray or something just to give it a little bit more detail. But I just let my board be the detail. You might want to, when you get your board, you might also want to sand the edges. They might be a little bit rough. These boards were donated to us from the Friends of the Library. So they came painted already white. So that's why you can even choose to leave it the white and make your rabbit black or something, but we're going to supply you with white paint to paint your rabbit white. So you can decide on that. I made a little raffia hook on the back to hang it from. And all I did was I took a couple staples, I tied a knot on the end of each of the jute. I guess it's called jute, not raffia. And it's ready to hang. Okay. So while they're finishing up finishing up painting their rabbits, we'll let them dry, and we'll show you how to make our cute little pom-poms so that you can use them for their fluffy tails. So while you're waiting for your bunny to dry, we can make the pom-pom for the little bunny tail. And these are like really nice, full, fluffy bunny tails. You can make it any size you want. The size that I'm going to show you is you get a nice big puffball. So first thing what you're going to do is you're going to need to make a template of what size of a bunny tail you're going to want. So ours is 2.5 inches. So I made my circles. I used this paper rule that we had, traced it, cut out your circles, and one of your rounds you're going to poke a hole in the middle of it. Okay? So that's your first step. And then your next step is you're going to need your yarn. You're going to need either 2 colors of yarn that you want, or you can do 1 color, but you're going to make sure you're going to have to come out of the center of the inside of your yarn, and then the one on the outside. So then that way you'll get a double yarn to wrap with. So then what you're going to do is you're going to need 2 toilet paper rolls, and you're going to take your toilet paper rolls, and then you're going to take your yarn once you get your 2 ends, and you're going to put a knot in the end of your yarn, and that's going to hold your ends together. Okay? And then you're going to feed that. You're going to come around this way, and you're just going to sandwich it between your 2 toilet paper rolls. Okay? And then you're going to take that and you're going to wrap it 60 times around your toilet paper roll. Okay? And it's going to give you a nice thick roll. So, and it's going to, 60 gives you a really nice, and if you even want it even fuller and fluffier, you can do all the way up to 72, and it'll give you even bigger. So it just depends upon how many times around that you go to get how fluffy of a pom-pom that you're going to get. Let's see how long it takes Miss Diane and Miss Nicole to get to 60, and how about who gets there first? And the race is on.
Done.
Okay.
I did start a little earlier.
Okay. So once you get your 60 on, then you're going to need 2 strands of the color of whatever one you want to choose, about 12 inches long. You're going to need to cut 2. So that's where you're going to need your roller. Miss Diane. Oh, I guess we need to cut it off up here first. Watch your hand. Okay. And then we're going to go 12 inches. There you go. And then Miss Nicole's next. Done. And hold her 12 inches. What are you doing, you two? There you go. Teamwork is the thing. Okay, so you're going to take your 2 strands, and now you're going to feed it through between your toilet paper rolls. You're going to twist it, and you're going to come out the other side, and you're going to give it a little tie and kind of get it as tight as you can. It says to try and do it around twice, but I didn't do too well when I tried doing it twice. It kept like spinning out on me. So then you're just going to hold that right there, and then you're going to slide your tubes out.
Don't tie it.
Are we
Not
tying it yet?
Because you still got to get it tight. Tie it tighter.
Okay.
So yeah, you don't want to tie it yet. You want to get it off of your toilet paper rolls first. And then you want to go back and get your string. And then you're going to give it a real good tight tie. And then you can flip it over. so that you can tie it on the other side. So that's the only way I could get mine to do the double, not while it was still on the spools. And the tighter you get it, the better it holds the pom-pom. And then you're going to knot it. And then there's the start of your pom-pom. So the next thing you're going to do, you're going to take those 4 strings that you just tied off with, and you're going to feed it through the circle that you cut out that has the hole in it. Okay, so once you get that through the hole, you're going to take that and you're going to push it and hold it to the bottom, okay? And then you're going to go through and cut through all your little loopies, okay? And you can either put this on now to do it or wait, but I'm just going to go through and cut all my loopies. And just like kind of like center it so it goes down the middle. I think I got all mine. You can just shake it out too. And this is going to be something that you might want to like not work on the carpet or anywhere because it's going to be messy. So then what you're going to do is you're going to want to get your pom-pom. You want to try and like flatten it out so that you're with your round part still on the bottom and your other on top. You want to try and give it like a flat. It's like a bowl cut haircut. So then you're going to take your other flat piece and you're going to just hold it down on top. It's going to be like a sandwich. You're going to have a pom-pom sandwich. So this one you're going to hold, but you want to try and make sure you don't cut it. So you're just going to like maybe wrap it around your finger or wind it up or something. And then you're going to take and you're going to trim off all this all the way around. You can go all the way to the edge. You can leave it off to the side, but you're kind of just, this is going to give you your template is your cardboard. So you can trim all this off. So you can do it over a garbage can or something like that because it's going to make a mess. So you ready?
Ready.
Haircut.
I feel like I'm playing with Play-Doh, you know, with that little haircut station.
Mm-hmm. You want some good sharp scissors because cutting a lot of this yarn at once is not very easy with dull scissors. Sharp.
So once you used like a cracker box or a cereal box?
This was our Triscuit box. That's all we used was the Triscuit box that we had from my pantry. So, okay. Once you get it to the way you want it, then you take your top template off and you just give it a shake. And it puffs up, and then you can go through if you missed any, and you can just give it another haircut. Make it look as fat as you want. For this craft, we thought we would just leave it like so. There is another step to make the pom-pom, but it's like you take your cardboard piece off, and then you hold it off to the side and you lay the side down and flatten it out, and you can go further that way, and you know, give it another trim. But for the effect we want, you need a flat side so you can glue it on to the back of our bunny. So it's all we need. Okay, now that we got our pom-poms all done, first thing we're going to do before we attach our pom-poms is make our hanger, because once you put your pom-pom on, you're going to need a flat surface to give pressure for your staple gun. So, I mean, you could buy a picture hook or some hanger or something else to make your back belt. This is a cheap, cost-free way to hang it. So what you're going to do first, you're going to cut whatever length you want. You can measure it out. But I always tie a knot at the end of my first loop. So then when you flip your board over, Miss Diane will have hers flipped over. You got your one knot, or did you?
I haven't knotted yet.
Okay, tie just one knot on one end. Okay, and then we're going to take the staple gun, and you're going to figure out where you want it. And you can staple your first one down, or you can tie a knot on the other end also. Okay. But I always like to tie one, and then you get the length that you want, and then you staple.
Oh,
okay?
Right. Yep.
So it'll look just like this. You'll put your tie your little knot, then you'll hang your jute, and then you'll tie your other one, and then that way it'll hold in there. And then if you give it a little bit, you'll slide it up. So you put the knot in it so it doesn't move out of from the staple. It'll slide back through if you don't put the knot on there. You can either have your hanging above your picture, or you can have it hanging below so you don't see it. It's however is your own personal preference. Okay, easy. All done. There we are. We all got our backs on. Now this is the fun part. This is where we get to do our pom-poms. Okay, so you can leave your template of your pom-pom on the bottom so that you can glue that to your actual board. It might stick better and give it more stability. So what you'll do is you're going to cut down your template a little bit so it doesn't show around your yarn. And then you're going to take your craft glue or Elmer's glue or hot glue gun, whatever you want to do. And you're going to, get the glue. There you go. You're going to glue the template down to your pom-pom first.
Whoops.
You'll be able to pop it back in. So you want to get some glue all over the bottom of the okay. Thank you. Yep. And then once you get that, then you can put your glue around the actual template and then stick it to your board. I did mine like with a little bit of the back showing and the arch between of the legs. So you can do it higher, you can do it lower, wherever you want to put your pom-pom. You can make your pom-pom smaller, bigger. I just love the big fluffy pom-pom. And yeah, the string for the excess of the pom-pom that you held through your template, you want to cut that off and tie a little knot in it so it'll hold. Just stick it down there and away we go. And then you're going to have to let it dry for a while because it might slide around. But here's our finished bunnies. I hope you enjoy doing this craft. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.